Next, the Bears are set to take on the Bucs as Chicago looks for win number 6 in their last 8 against Tampa. It's a Week 7 clash in the NFC, and it's coming your way next.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here at Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. We get a peek at Tom Brady as he brings out this Tampa Bay offense. And Tom Brady in his 22nd season overall and his 2nd in Tampa Bay. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 14 carries, 57 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Brady on target to Gronk. First down, Buccaneers. From the gun, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. For the first time, here comes the Chicago Bear offense, led out by the veteran in his first season in Chicago, but 11th overall, the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Dalton here from the gun. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, It seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
To try again after the sack. Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources.
And this is caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Williams. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Touchdown! It's complete. Rashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And his pass incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Well, it's a question that's been asked over and over and over, but CD, I'll pose it to you anyway. What do you have to do defensively to stop Tom Brady?
It's one of the great questions in the NFL, and there are a ton of defensive coaches who are retired at this point because they tried to stop Tom Brady and couldn't get it done. You've got to have excellent defenders, guys who can stick to their men like glue. because he's so good at finding those open receivers and then putting the ball into tight windows and completing passes downfield.
Now Brady again. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Staying on his feet. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Let's go, fellas. The Bears take over 1st and 10.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Back to the air, Fields on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Back now comes Tampa Bay. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Brady. Johnson's got it complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Play action. Now it's Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Brady going to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Evans once again the intended receiver. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14.
Dalton's throw complete here to Kmet.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
7 yards, the pickup there.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
4 yards, the pickup, first down.
Montgomery. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Andy Dalton. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Dalton now to pass. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Shaquille Barrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop.
A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Here's a give to Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Now a first down carry by Jones. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Brady.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Now Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now left side on the swing pass. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. from midfield. Here's Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
And now it's 2nd down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
That throw by Brady incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Brady. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Again, it's Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on there.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
This is Jakeem Grant.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
With time running down, they go down to a knee. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Jakeem Grant now to return. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A quick throw, but incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. They juked him, and he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running left, Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Now he's forced out left. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. From midfield here, Dalton. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. A give. This is Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And off comes to Montgomery. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. Working with his 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. From the gun, here's Fields. Woods. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Grant. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Montgomery. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Dalton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Dancing away at the 35. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going deep for Brown. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady. Evans, fast footwork. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want a big tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Brady. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Another try after the first down sack. Brady, left side here, that's complete to Godwin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. To throw is Brady. toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. There's Evans again, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
1st down Tampa as Brady hooks up with Howard. Fournette.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Jones.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown of the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The return man is Grant.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed it.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Brady to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Brady. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
To start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Now Brown. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. On 3rd down they go Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Santos' kick is up and through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So here's Brady and the Bucs. Down 13-10, under 1:20 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. To throw is Brady. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Brady. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Towards the end zone for Brown. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This one swung out here to Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, Parker, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Now a first throw here in overtime.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Gronkowski again, he was the intended target. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2.
That's complete right side to Komet.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you get a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked, and it's behind the line of scrimmage, you fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bears, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.